It's Charge Talks with Jan. Turning brokenness into ministries and stories into stepping stones, overcoming mountains and walking through valleys. It's Charge Talks with Jan.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Jan, and it is a beautiful day today. It is an awesome, fantastic, amazing, God bless, God filled day today. It is Thursday, April 29th, and I'm so blessed to be here with you guys. Thank you guys so much for your likes, comments, and continue to subscribe and share the videos. Thank you guys so much for the love that you have been given. It is reciprocal, right? And I'm so grateful. Thank you guys so much. Today, I want to give a big shout out. So it is the 29th of April, and it is my little sister's birthday today. Shout out Shalicia. It is an amazing day. I know that you're, still a baby, but happy birthday, my darling. It is so beautiful that you can be around your siblings and your family, especially in this time in this pandemic, and still celebrate a beautiful day today. And guys, I know she's looking for presents. Yeah, and I know, like, who wouldn't, right? So we'll talk about that later. So happy birthday, and I love you. You know I do. So have yourself a good day. Now today we're going to be talking about people pleasing. Yeah, people pleasing. Now, a friend is not a true friend if you have to tell them yes every single time. They will be a good friend if you can tell them no, and they'll be just as happy as if you had said yes to them. Why? Because you're not going to always be in the position to say yes. And if you have to continuously say yes to somebody to get their friendship, to get their, approval, then they're not your friends. They're just doing whatever, it is that you need them to do. And it is important that we understand that God is looking for us to please Him and not to please anybody else. We cannot be so caught up in pleasing the people around us, because guess what, guys? Let me tell you this. We will never, ever, ever in our lifetime please people. Because first of all, you will never say anything that will please the entire crowd. You will never. You will displease somebody. You will say something that will cause somebody to be upset. You will say something that will cause somebody to be angry at you. You will say something to cause somebody to just, not want to be cool with you. And that's okay. Because when Jesus was on earth, He didn't care about pleasing people. He didn't care about making the Sadducees and the Pharisees and the scribes happy. Oh no, He came to fulfill His Father's will. He came to make sure that He endured the mission of the cross. He came to ensure that we have life and have it more abundantly. So if we get caught up in people pleasing, it simply means that we are going to be displeasing God. And I have lost a whole bunch of people who used to be my friends. From high school to college to university to now, being an adult, I have lost so many friends. And in my early teens, I used to please a lot of people because I wasn't the cool girl. Nobody wanted to hang around me, really. So my grandmother and my mom would always say, you have to pay dear to be in high company. And I recognize what that meant, because there was a lot of sacrifices I made trying to fit into the right crowd, trying to fit in to all these different gangs and solicit groups. And it never worked out for me. And I remember back in high school, I would always, when I'm not assisting persons with homeworks, when I'm not doing all the project on my own, I had to just I did a lot of backbending to be in a lot of groups that I had no business being in. But that's the thing about people pleasing. You're trying to make everybody happy with you so that they will be your friends. So you get into the right groups. So you'll be invited to the right parties. So you'll get into the right social status. But none of that is necessary with God. None of that. None of that is necessary with God. And so I remember when I got to about university, and this time now I had a little bit more sense, and I remember there was a particular athlete in my group, and I know he's an athlete. He runs for the university and for the country, but he would never make it a priority. Even on days that he didn't have training, he would never make it a priority to come to our meetings and to make himself present, even if he's not there in person, you know and to send information. Emails is so popular. You don't have to be in the room to participate. Send an email, do your part, email it to me. I'll do the assembling, because I always got group leader, guys. I didn't want it, but I always got it. And I remember one day I said, hey, you need to participate. You need to pull your weight. And he's like, yo, I gotta do this, and I'm gonna have this. And I'm like, yeah, but you still have to do your work, because at the end of the day, you're an athlete, but you're also a student. You're a student athlete. And he blatantly told me that he doesn't have to do it. I said, no problem. I just don't have to put your name on my paper. And I didn't. And he was very upset at me. And I was like, you know what? I am done with making everybody happy. I'm done with, bending over backwards so everybody else can be fine. I'm done with pleasing people. Because the older you get, the bolder you get. The older you get, the bolder you get. And I'm not talking about being disrespectful. No. I'm talking about tapping into that sense that God has given unto you, to let you know that, listen, you will never please everybody. So it's best you go right on ahead and please God. He's the one that needs to be pleased. He is the Alpha and Omega. He is our beginning and our end. He's the author and finisher of our faith. So if we stick to pleasing God, if we do what God has called us to do, then it's okay if some people aren't pleased with us. That's quite fine. And we don't need everybody to be pleased with us, because we don't need to fit into every social status. We don't need to be at every party. We don't need to be in every crowd. No. So the sooner you understand that God is the only person that you need to please, not your wife, not your husband, not your children, not your friends, life will become easier. Because if they really love you, they will understand that there are points in times that you will have to say no. That it is wise for you to say no. Because if you say yes to everybody, you're going to be killing yourself. You're going to be damaging yourself, because you're going to have to be all different kinds of people within this one person to please everybody and let everybody else be okay. And it will be damaging on your own health. So if you please God and you allow God to be who he says he is, the Rapha, to heal you, then you're going to be okay. You're going to definitely be okay. Heck, I'm okay. I can't please everybody all the time, and I've come to be okay with that. I've come to realize that it doesn't make sense, because if my friends, and I've seen some of my friends, I've seen the ones who really love me, I've seen the ones who really care, because let me tell you something. Friendship is not a one-sided thing. No. Old people would say one hand can't clap. See? Can't clap. It's not a one-sided street. So if I have to be always calling, hey, are you okay? Hey, what's going on? Hey, how have you been? And you never pick up the phone. You never are concerned with my well-being. Hey, I think that's a good friendship to check the status of it, check what's going on right there, because obviously something is missing. Obviously that is not bearing any good fruit. And sometimes it's good to lose some of those friendships. Think about it. Isn't it better? Your health or their friendship? Weight in the balance. People pleasing, is it something that is necessary in 2021? Come on, think about it. I think this pandemic has caused us to realign every single thing in our lives to help us to understand, put it under a microscope and be like, is this even necessary? Is this friendship even worth it? Is this relationship even making sense? Should I need to be putting myself through this stress to be pleasing you? Nah, it ain't worth it. Think about it today and see where in your life you need to do a domino shuffle. Check your cards, make sure they're aligning properly, and allow God to just lead you into a beautiful life. Heck, please Him. And I guarantee that your life will start making a whole lot more sense. Have a blessed day, everybody. See you next time.